you want me then. But easy come and easy go, and it wouldn't. So anytime I bleed, you let me go. Yeah, anytime I feel, you got me, no. Anytime I see, you let me know. But the plan and see, just let me go. I'm on my knees when I'm begging, cause I don't wanna lose you. Hey, yeah, ra-da-da-da, cause I'm begging, begging you.
These days you can find anything you need at the click of a button. That's why I bought her heart online. To Sherlock Holmes, she is always the woman. Sing, Muse, he says, and the edge in his voice makes it clear that this is not a request. When the letter came, I was out in the fields binding up my last sheaf of wheat with hands that were shaking so much I could hardly tie the knot. They say you can sail 1,000 miles along the island chain of the Myriad, from the frosty shores of the north to the lush, sultry islands of the south. It was 5 o'clock on a winter's morning in Syria. First day back assemblies are the most pointless practice ever.
Convincing you to read books I've enjoyed based off of their first line. There's something haunting about a body touched by magic. We call them bunnies because that is what they call each other. Film legend and 60s girl Evelyn Hugo has just announced that she will auction off 12 of her most memorable gowns. When people ask me what I do at taxi drivers, dental hygienists, I tell them I work in an office.
The list arrived after Sloane had been gone 2 weeks. Everyone thinks it was because of the snow, and in a way, I suppose that's true. Sometimes it seems like all I ever do is lie. A convenience store is a world of sound. The day after Meg died, I received this letter.
And I could take you for a ride. I had a premonition that we fell into a rhythm where the music don't stop for life. Glitter in the sky, glitter in my eyes, shining just the way you like. If you're feeling like you need a little bit of company, you met me at the perfect time. You want me.
Let me check my chest, my breath right quick. He ain't never seen it in a dress like this. He ain't never even been impressed like this. Probably why I got him quiet on the set like this.
Clear, all too soft for sound.
See, when I was younger, I would say, when I grow up, get it? When
I wrote a book last summer. Here's the opening paragraph.
He was dead. There was no doubt about that. She had killed him. Found the Nameless had never killed anyone before, and never wished to again. A full week in that dreadful dungeon with nothing but the gutter rats to keep her company, and she only thought of the life draining out of him as the knife punctured his flesh, and the warm blood that poured between her fingertips as he let out a broken sound and slumped to the floor. The beat of her heart so strong she felt it might explode, the trembling in her fingertips, the unending pounding in her head telling her she'd just unleashed a monster. Found the Nameless had never killed anyone before, never wished to again, because she liked it a little too much.
I don't give a fuck who talk behind my back, 'cause the bitch knew better than to let me hear. Hands on my knees, shaking ass on my thigh shape. Hands on my knees, shaking ass on my thigh shape. Hands on my knees, shaking ass on my thigh shape. Hands on my knees, hands on my knees, hands on my knees, shaking ass on my thigh shape. Hands on my knees, shaking ass on my thigh shape.
talk about this fucking book. This is The Invisible Life of Addie LaRue. And this video is a spoiler-free review. Oh my god, I should go into poetry. So the question is, did I like this book? The answer is duh! However, it was a bit slow. The beginning was really hard to get into, especially since it just felt like I was reading about some basic bitch living her life in New York. Did that bitch happen to be cursed? Yes, but she was still basic. But it gets so much better. The romance is to die for. It also has one of those villains that you just want to like... By that, I didn't mean like fuck him, I meant like beat him up. All in all, I read this book on the plane and it gave me one of the biggest bookgasms ever. I was sitting in my seat like... The 50-year-old fuck next to me watching this World War II movie was like... Anyways, read it right now.
Aubrey, what are you?
Oh, I'm bisexual.
Do all of bisexuals have this power?
Yes.
My destiny. What if we rewrite the stars? Say you were made to be mine. Nothing.
So blue, nowhere through, but I still fucking love you, babe.
Hey, I don't believe.
Maybe it was the 60s. Or maybe I was just a girl. Entrapped in.
This is the unneedlessly aggressive book tag. Show me a book that incites a deep rage in you. Show me a book with a character you'd get violent with. Show me a book with a cover you'd like to rip off. Show me a book with a trope you hate. Now show me a book you'd never harm.